After an exciting split to the doubleheader yesterday, we are ready for the rubber match in this AAC matchup at Bowen Field. The Bluefield College Rams host the Union College Bulldogs here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Hello everybody, Bailey Engel here. Glad to have you with us for what could be an exciting day of baseball here in the two Virginias yesterday after the Rams were pounded 21-9 in Game 1 in just 7 innings after that game was called to a close early. Bluefield came back and won the second game of the doubleheader 4-3 after a 1-2-3 double play, but now looking for a series win against a talented Union College Bulldogs team. Cody Gardier throws the first pitch, and the fastball goes outside for ball one. Getting this one started early today at 12:59 Eastern Standard Time. At the plate, it's St. John Shoup. Shoup showing bunt, as he has done for all of the series so far. He takes that one for strike one. Count it 1-1. So Shoup will lead it off and play in center field, followed by Joe Gaines, the first baseman. Gardier, the righty, pitches 1-1, flies outside and low. Ball two. Rams wearing those Desert Storm camouflage jerseys today. Union in the blaze orange. They wore black yesterday. Rams wore the gray in yesterday's game. Now starting to mix it up a little bit. 2 balls, 1 strike here in the top of the first inning on the leadoff batter. Shoup takes it outside. So Gaines is on deck and Nick Shoemaker, the third baseman, in the hole. Rams looking to have a similar lineup than they did yesterday. Carlos Torres at second with Millette at third as Shoup shows bunt, lays it down. Third base side, long charge in for Millette, and he won't even try to throw it to first base. So Shoup is on with an infield single. Beautiful bunt for Bart Osborne's team. Now a base hit to lead it off. Here comes Gaines. Daniel Neal will get the start on the mound for Union College today, but also in the lineup. Yesterday he was the DH in both of the games for Union College. First pitch to the lefty, another bunt, chopping right back up the middle. Papa throw to first, and Gardier gets the first out. The sacrifice is intact with Shoup now in scoring position. Well, the Rams right now 13-9. Both teams at 4, or rather the Rams are 5-3 in the conference. Union at the moment is 4-4. Brings up Nick Shoemaker. Runner at second, still in the first inning with 1 out. Millette playing even with the bag at third, anticipating a potential bunt. Won't get it that time. Bouncing into right field, it's a base hit. Getting the green light and then a quick red light at third is Shoup after a good relay in. 2 singles in the inning already, and now the potential go-ahead run is at third base for Union College. So here comes the pitcher and the DH, Daniel Neal. Mike White looking on from the first base dugout, one of the longest tenured coaches, actually the longest tenured coach at Bluefield College. So Neal up to the plate and Luke Reinert on deck. Runners on the corners. Rams were saved by the double play a few times yesterday, and they surely could use one here. Gardier in a bit of a jam. First pitch with 1 out, grounded on the right side. That'll score a run. So Neal rolls it into right field. Shoup comes in to score, and it's 1-0 Union. Here we are in the top of the first already, 1-0. Neal with the RBI. And if you watched that first game between Union and Bluefield yesterday, it was tough to watch if you're a Bluefield College Rams fan because the Rams were just not deep enough on the mound to get through that game. They had to throw just 3 guys, Estep, Cutler, and then at the end, Aaron Hash came into pitch. First pitch to the lefty is chopped foul. So Reinert is down at an 0-1 count. Runners at second and first with 1 out already, 1-0 after Shoup came in to score. 3 singles in the inning already. Reinert getting the start at right field for the 3rd straight game, and that first game was taken out right at the end, and Dallas Green came in for Union College. Right down the middle. Count goes to 0-2. So Gardier looking through that camouflage hat. Now looking home. Joseph Cardona, his battery mate for the second straight day. Swinging a chopper right behind the catcher. So in the field for Bluefield, Marcus Espinal getting the start at shortstop. Carlos Torres at second. Joseph Cardona will be the catcher. Andreas Holzer out in right field. In center, Jordan Huntley. And in left, Pepe Napoleon. So no balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, 2 men aboard for Union. Reinhardt calls time. Holmstrom is on deck. It's already 1-0 in favor of the Bulldogs, who are trying to look for another crucial conference win after beating number 2 Tennessee Wesleyan in 2 of 3 games last week. Here's the 0-2. Shot out left field and foul. So we'll do it again at no balls, 2 strikes. Gardier looks into Cardona. Coming set, checks the runner at second base and Shoemaker. Takes another look and pitches. Ground ball smoked near the Bluefield dugout, bouncing off of that fencing, protecting the players in that first base dugout. We'll do it again, no balls, 2 strikes. He was well early on that. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Shoemaker at second with a single, and Daniel Neal with the RBI single is at first. The 0-2. Slid down the left field line and fell. Reinhardt still battling here. I'm still hoping for that double play. Boy, what a double play it was yesterday in Game 2. Bases loaded, 1 out. Union was down by 1. Daniel Neal was up at the plate, and he rolled it right back to Coleman on the mound, threw it home, and then Cardona popped to first. Chopper over to first. Edgardo Bernard throws to second, now on to first, and there's going to be no throw from Marcus Espinal. So now runners on the corners as Neal is taken off thanks to the 3-6. Reinhardt on with a fielder's choice. That'll bring up Ty Holmstrom in a 1-0 game. So Gardier etches those cleats onto the rubber. Now has to face off against Ty Holmstrom. Gardier with a 5.91 ERA with a 1-1 record. This is his first start on the season. Coming into this game with 10 2/3 innings under his belt. That one is popped up sky high down the right field line. Long run in for Holzer and makes the catch for out number 3. But a run scores on 3 hits, no errors, and 2 men left on. We'll go to the bottom of the first. Rams coming to bat when we come back on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Jordan Huntley will lead it off for Bluefield in this 1-0 game. Huntley trying to stay hot. He had one heck of a game one yesterday. Even though the Rams lost that game 21-9, Jordan Huntley hit 2 home runs as well as a single. So now with 8 home runs on the year as a leadoff man. Steps in and digs in on the right side to face Daniel Neal. First pitch, the fastball outside for ball 1. So due up for Bluefield in this inning, you're at least going to see Huntley, Jose Santana, the DH who had a big triple in game 2 of yesterday's game, and Ozzie Millette. Also was part of that big inning for Bluefield where they put up 3 runs. Ended up winning the game 4-3 in a pitcher's duel. Here's the 1-0 to the righty. Waits on it low, and it's ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Mike White, the third base coach and the head coach of Bluefield, with Garrett Schilling, the assistant coach, over at first. Big cut and a miss for strike 1. As for the rest of the Rams lineup, after Santana and Millette, it goes Pepe Napoleon batting cleanup, Edgardo Bernard batting 5th and playing at first base, Holzer, the right fielder, batting 6th, with Joseph Cardona batting 7th and being the catcher. 2-1 is outside for ball 3. Oscar Torres, the second baseman from Puerto Rico, batting 8th, and Marcus Espinal closing out the lineup and playing at shortstop for the second straight game. Here's Neal with a 3-1. High fly out to center field. On the way back, settling down, and the catch is made by Shoup. So Huntley put a charge into it, but it's not enough for a base hit, and there's one out here in the bottom of the first inning. Jose Santana up to the plate. Well, Santana really got that rally going yesterday, and if you were watching game 2, you could notice a change right after Alex Perkins picked off Holmstrom at first base, who had just taken the lead for Union. As that first pitch to the DH for Bluefield is a bit outside and low, and the righty is up 1-0. So then the ensuing batter after that, in the bottom of that inning, Santana was able to hit it deep, as he does here, out to left field, staying in the ballpark. And the catch is made by Nelson about 2 feet in front of the warning track. Wind is blowing out towards left field. That could help some of the right-handed hitters for Bluefield. But so far, coming up with nothing there after a couple of deep fly balls. So Daniel Neal adjusts that black cap in his orange jersey with the black lettering across the front. Here comes Ozzie Millette. First pitch. Top right corner on the breaking ball. It's strike 1. Rams wearing the patriotic jerseys today with the Desert Storm camo. Didn't note that the numbers are in red, white, and blue on the back. The backdrop of the American flag, which is pretty great for your patriotism, but if you're scoring the game, it's kind of hard to read the numbers. Here's the 1-1 with 2 outs. Popped up. Lolo Williams, the catcher, just watches it fly out of the ballpark, and it's now 1-2 to the Rams' third baseman. So Millette now playing in his 23rd game so far, hitting .289 on the year as he pops it down the right field line, and the ball pushes on top of the batting facility. So we'll do it again at 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Nobody on for Bluefield in the bottom of the first inning, trailing 1-0. Neal rocks and pitches. Ground ball left side, straight at the shortstop. Giles gets up, throws to first, a bit high, but the toe still hitting the bag of Joe Gaines. So now 1-2-3 Bluefield. They go in order in the bottom of the first inning. On to the second, and the Rams are down 1-0. field. It is 1-0 Union here on the top of the second inning. Run scoring back at the top of the first. Wind still slightly blowing out towards left field. A ball and 2 strikes. Williams trying to battle with Cody Gardier. Steps, kicks, and delivers. Shot down the right field line. That's a base hit. Holzer's going to have to chase it down all the way in the far corner. Lolo Williams sprinting on to second. Now getting the green light. Going to third, and he will get there. Perfectly placed hit for a triple, and Lolo Williams takes advantage to start out the second inning. And right into Triple's alley. 335 down both the left and right field lines, and that ball bounced about 2 feet to the left of the right field line and rolled all the way to the corner near the Bluefield bullpen. So a triple, and that'll bring up Jacob Nelson. Righty to righty, Gardier, the second straight inning, has led up a base hit to lead it off. First pitch, check swing and a breaking ball. He went around. So the left fielder, Jacob Nelson, for a base hit to knock in what could be a 2-0 lead. As he swings and fouls, tips it right into the mid of Cardona. Nelson playing in his 17th start, hitting .284, does have a home run and 9 RBIs. A base hit can make it 10. Big lead at third for Williams. The pitch breaks outside for ball 1. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, runner at third, no outs to start out the second inning. Checks the runner. Gardier pitches 1-2. Outside for ball 2, and the count evens up. Busy couple of days we've had here in Bluefield. Starting on Thursday, a softball single game that was supposed to be a doubleheader. Rams lost that one in extra innings to a West Virginia rival in Alderson Broadus. The 2-2 is cut on and missed. Strike 3. First strikeout for Cody Gardier. And now there's 1 out with a runner on the corner. Brings up Chris Giles. Well, for Bart Osborne's team, Chris Giles has been a dependable hitter in that 9-hole. First game yesterday, he had 4 hits. Hitting .265, but that could likely improve today. First pitch, swinging a foul tip, gloved by Cardona. Count goes to 0-1. So this will be the big test for Bluefield today. What can the pitchers do? That first game, it was tough. A lot of young arms, and Alex Perkins got it done in the second game as that one is hit on the ground. Good scoop by Millette. Throw on to first a bit high, and Edgardo Bernard jumps to make the catch for out number 2. And Bart Osborne begging his team to hit the ball in the middle of the field. So after the opening triple, it goes right back to the top of the lineup with St. John Shoup. Bunted his way on back in the first inning and ended up scoring a run. It's 1-0. So far, 4 hits for Union. First pitch. Righty swings and grounds it down the third base line. That will score another run. On to home goes Williams. Shoup sprinting to second and then halting. He'll go back to first. And he's 2 for 2 today with a couple of singles and now an RBI. It's now 2-0 Bulldogs after a good start against Cody Gardier. Rams with an arm moving up, or at least warming up in the bullpen out in right field. Very hard to stay warm today. 38 degrees at the first pitch and windy. Well, yesterday we were here at the ballpark and actually got sunburned. It was around 60 degrees. As Shoop takes off, throw is down the middle, and now Cardona can't throw out the runner. So another stolen bag for Shoop, who was caught yesterday by Cardona, but now moves into scoring position. 2-0. Joe Gaines up to the plate. He had a sacrifice bunt his last time up. That's something that Union was pretty good at yesterday, and that is just manufacturing runs and moving Shoop into scoring position. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Gardier checks on that runner and Shoop and pitches. Breaking ball low. Cardona tried to frame it up, but couldn't come up with anything there. So second-year pitching coach Thomas Huddleston really tested throughout this series, trying to keep the arms ready in this battle as this 1-1 is caught at third on a line drive by Ozzie Millett. And the side retired in the second inning. But a run scores on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 man left on. We've played 1.5 here in Bluefield, and it's 2-0 Union. Napoleon grounds it over to short. Throw on to first from Chris Giles is there in time, and now there is 1 out. Sorry about the technical difficulties, folks. Just trying to work through some audio problems here. Here we are in the bottom of the second inning. Rams are down now 2-0, and there is already 1 out to Daniel Neal, who has seen the first 4 batters for the Rams and has retired them all. So Pepe Napoleon is retired, and that'll bring up Edgardo Bernard for Bluefield. First baseman. It's a fastball crossing that Rams name on the chest for strike 1. So Bernard obviously pretty cold today. As that pitch goes low for ball 1. Count evens up at 1-1. He's got the turtleneck on under the jersey. Righty to lefty and the 1-1 offer. Fastball blazing inside for ball 2. Well, Edgardo Bernard hitting .261 this year, does have 2 home runs and 15 RBIs. Swings in, chops it foul right behind the catcher Lolo Williams. Count of 2-2. Daniel Neal, the DH, and the pitcher. He offers. Breaking ball dropped outside. It's ball 3. Now a full count to Edgardo Bernard with 1 out, nobody on. So the Rams 13-9. Looking for another win in the conference right now, 5-2. Actually, call that 5-3 as the pitch goes outside. So now it's ball 4. Rams have their first base runner. Bring up Dre Holzer. Holzer batting right-handed, and the right fielder wears number 33. So the Rams, yes, 13-9, 5-3 in the conference. Won a couple of conference series on the road. They took the final 2 games last week against St. Andrews. Won 2 of 3 against Reinhardt. It goes inside for ball 1. Now, runner at first, swing of the bat could potentially tie the game. Holzer does have 2 jacks this year with 13 RBIs, heading .333, now making his 21st start. So he swings and pops that one up right behind home plate, and that'll go into the orange seats. So the seats orange because Bowen Field used to be the home of the Bluefield Orioles. But the Orioles organization got out of town a couple of years ago, and now the home of the Bluefield Blue Jays. Rookie affiliate of the Toronto Blue Jays, and a couple of years ago, minor league phenom Vladimir Guerrero Jr. played right on the hot corner over there at third base. Pickoff attempt, not in time, diving back, Edgardo Bernard. So there's 1 out, Union hoping for a double play. 1-1, here it is. Swinging a liner up the middle, right into the glove of Giles, tags the bag and throws to first, and it's a 6-3 double play. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. We've played 2 here in Bluefield, and Union leads this one 2-0.
Did they come before the Blue Jays were here? Okay. Very good. Oh wow. That's cool. We played football last year. I don't know if you know this, Alan, but when we went to Cincinnati, some high school had won like a sweepstakes, and they got the old turf from the Superdome. And that's what we played on, yeah. So we were playing on the field that the last game they had there at the Superdome at the time was Oklahoma and Alabama in that Sugar Bowl. Yeah. What was it called? Yankee Stadium? Anaheim Stadium? Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Well, that high school.
Welcome back, everybody. Ready to start the top of the 3rd inning, and the Rams are down 2-0 to Union College in this rubber match here on a Saturday. Playing all 9 today. As Gardier pitches. First one scrapes inside on Shoemaker for ball 1. Shoemaker singled and was left on base back in the 1st inning. So it'll go Shoemaker Neal, who has the game-winning RBI at the moment, as well as Luke Reinert. So the 3-4-5 due up to face Cody Gardier, making his first start for Bluefield this season. Eyes out of that beige glove. The white pants and now the cold wind blowing behind him. Starts the motion and pitches. Breaking ball, call it a strike. Strike 1, count it 1-1. So the wind blowing out towards left field. Got an interesting tidbit from the Bluefield Blue Jays GM Rocky Malamasura that those seats actually came all the way from California, as the 1-1 is bounced right behind the catcher Cardona. The count goes to 1-2. So the orange seats right behind home plate here at Bowen Field were part of Anaheim Stadium when they were redoing where the Los Angeles Angels played. Brought them here as that ground ball is up the middle for a base hit. Shoemaker 2 for 2 already in this game, and it starts off the third straight inning for Union with them getting their leadoff man on. Sixth hit of the day. Here comes Daniel Neal. Pitcher who's 1 for 1 with an RBI single. Gardier has to check the runner with no outs. Deals. Good fastball crossing the knees for strike 1. The Union winning the first game in run rule fashion at 21-9, and then the Rams sneaking by with a 4-3 win in game 2. They're going to need the bats to come alive because right now being out hit 6-0. Here's the 0-1. Chopper up the middle. Carlos Torres brings it down. Underhands to Espinal. On to first. 4-6-3 double play. Well, the Union Bulldogs, whether they hold on to win in this game or not, they are going to have to really rethink of how they put that ball in the infield. They have hit into a couple of double plays, really back-breaking ones throughout this series. So a 4-6-3 double play. Now with 2 outs, that'll bring up Luke Reinert. Oh, for one of the fielder's choice as that first pitch bounces in the dirt. So 2-0, now nobody on. 1-0. Swing and a miss, looking silly there at the breaking ball in the dirt. The count evens up at 1-1. So Reinert coming into this game hitting a pretty impressive 380. 23rd start. 1-1. Outside corner. Boy, that is questionable strike call, but Cody Gardier will take it. Ball and 2 strikes, 2 outs. Gardier looking for his second strikeout of the ball game. Just looking for the 3rd out as well in the top of the 3rd. With 2 outs and nobody on, Gardier fires. Outside by just a hair. Cardona was about ready to roll that one up to the mound and call it for the top of the 3rd inning, but I have to see another pitch here. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Sun coming down from the left side. Hopefully you won't have to deal with the glare on the camera today. 2-2. Slow chopper, third base side. Long charge in. Millette picks it up. Throw to first. Not in time. Infield single for Luke Reinert, who is now 1 for 2. Brings up Ty Holmstrom, who flew out to right field to end the top of the 1st his last time up. Holmstrom hitting .292. Close to 300 at 3 home runs and 18 RBIs. Time for the 2nd place number in home runs. Leading this team is Nick Shoemaker, who has 4 homers and 29 RBIs. Runner at first, he goes. The pitch is low. Cardona throws to second, and it was a timely throw, but Marcus Espinal taken off of the second base bag after it was a bit far to the right. And the shortstop seems to be shaken up as he took quite a bit of a tumble there after making the catch. Have to look at the Bluefield shortstop here, and will this be enough to take Marcus Espinal out of the game? Andy Pena got this start at shortstop yesterday. Espinal is up, or at least down right now, and rolling. Mike White coming out there to talk to him. Espinal's actually due up to bat in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Might have twisted his ankle there, but either way, a stolen bag for Luke Reinert now in scoring position. We'll take a break here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. 2-0. Union leads with 2 outs and a runner at second in the top of the 3rd inning. So good news, Bluefield fans. Marcus Espinal seems to be okay, and now he's back up and playing at shortstop. Mike White going back into the dugout with the training staff, and now a runner in scoring position for Ty Holmstrom, who is up in the count 1-0. Bailey Engel here. Glad to have you with us on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Another great AAC matchup here as Union has already jumped up 2-0. Gardier has to check the runner a few times, and 0 pitch. 1-0 outside. Cardona drops it. After the ball rolls down the first baseline, the catcher can just give it right back to the pitcher. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. Runner at second base could make it 3-0 if Holmstrom is able to put it in the outfield. Gardier nodding into his battery mate. Lance is at second, 2-0 pitch. Ground ball, left side, through for a base hit, rolling to the corner. Napoleon ranges back, a run will score. On to second is Holmstrom, and now it's 3-0. RBI double with 2 outs, and Gardier has now surrendered 3 runs in this game. You can tell Union was a bit disappointed after the ending of Game 2. They really had a chance to get the lead, and Daniel Neal, who had been hitting well that day, just could not put the ball in the outfield. It already looks like the Rams might be looking to warm up their pitcher even more out in the bullpen. We don't know who it is at the moment. We'll let you know. Lolo Williams now has to think about knocking in Ty Holmstrom. 3-0, Union on top of the 3rd inning. Catcher steps up to the plate with the green bat and then calls time. Meanwhile, the Rams have no hits. They've only had 1 base runner, and then they were doubled up to end that 2nd inning. As Williams strides into it, but watches the breaking ball drop outside and low. It's ball 1. 8 hits already for the Union Bulldogs, and the Rams just hoping that there will not be a repeat of Game 1. Or in that 3rd inning, Union put up 10 runs. 1-0. Swing and a miss. Looking at some junk in the dirt. It's ball, or rather strike 1. Evens up the count 1-1 here on a gorgeous day, but not the best day for baseball, as it's still a little cold as we try to make that transition from winter to spring in West Virginia and Virginia. It's not always a clean transition. Big lead at second, 1-1. Chopper foul into the Union dugout, and now a ball and 2 strikes with 2 outs. Lolo Williams tripled to start off the 2nd inning and ended up scoring 1 of the 3 runs. Williams is ready, has the bat on the shoulder on his right side. Ball and 2 strikes, 2 outs. Gardier takes a look and pitches. Chopper left side, caught by Millette. Pops a throw to first and time, and that is it for the top of the 3rd. But a run scores on 3 hits, no errors, and 1 man left on. We head to the bottom of the 3rd, and Union leads 3-0. Joe Cardona leads it off in the bottom of the third, and the Rams are down 3-0 here at Bowen Field. 7-8-9 due up for Bluefield as Daniel Neal has made his way through the lineup already. 6 up, and in effect 6 down. He does have one walk. Edgardo Bernard got on base back in the second inning, but then was doubled up in the next play. So it'll go Joseph Cardona, Carlos Torres, and Marcus Espinal. Here's the 1-0. Lefty with a blue bat today. Watches it go on the outside corner for strike one. Cardona got in a bit last year, but really the primary starter for Bluefield at the catching position was Austin Browning as that pitch is low. Cardona now playing in his 23rd game. He has started every one. 233, no homers, and 5 RBIs as the breaking ball is low. But we did see yesterday that he has the ability to throw runners out, and that's pretty big against a team like Union. But so far, 0 for 1 in that category today. 3-1. Outside ball 4, and the Rams lead off the bottom of the third with a walk. Second walk for Daniel Neal. 3-0 the score. Union on top here in the bottom of the third inning, and now we're going to see a courtesy runner. And this is where those patriotic, be it, but very hard to read numbers come into effect. And it looks like it's going to be Mejia at first base. Here comes Carlos Torres. First pitch is a fastball high to the righty. It's ball 1. So Torres right now hitting .313, a couple of home runs and 15 RBIs. 1-0 is slammed right onto third, and after the line drive is caught, Shoemaker pumps it right back to the pitcher. Well, it came off of the bat so fast that we thought that ball had possibly grazed in the grass, and it's really hard to see where the ball comes off, especially from this angle. But now, for the Rams, there is one out after Carlos Torres is retired. So here comes Marcus Espinal, who was taken to the ground in the top of the third inning. Now seems to be okay. Espinal making his 12th start, hitting .400. First pitch crosses the knees for strike 1 with 1 out. Cardona is at first after, or rather Mejia is at first, running in the place of the catcher Cardona. 0-1. In the dirt, kicks up some chalk there, and the count goes to 1-1. Didn't get a line on Daniel Neal to start off this game. Outside. So Neal coming into this one with a .511 ERA. He's 1-1. Before this game had gone 12 1/3, gave up 14 hits, 8 runs, 7 earned, with 3 walks and 5 strikeouts. As that one is sent right into the glove of second baseman and throws it back to first. Holmstrom doubles up Bluefield, and that is unlucky for Marcus Espinal as Mejia is sniped out at first base. What a play by Ty Holmstrom, and we have played 3 here in Bluefield. On to the 4th, and it's Bulldogs up 3-0. Rams going to the bullpen for the start of the 4th inning. Spencer Ambrose now on the mound. And now Bluefield is down by the score of 3-0. Still, Rams have no hits in this ball game. Daniel Neal pitching a gem so far. Here on to the 4th, 8-9-1 due up, and it's Jacob Nelson against the lefty Spencer Ambrose. First pitch. Nelson with a check swing, flares into the stands for strike 1. So for Cody Gardier, gives up 8 hits and 3 runs, does have 1 strikeout with no walks. That's it for his 3 innings of work. Here's the 0-1. Swinging a chopper foul, rolling to the right of Cardona. It's quickly 0-2. So Ambrose on the year with a 6.85 ERA, right now at 1-2. He's pitched 22 1/3 for the Rams and has surrendered 32 hits, accompanied by 24 runs, 17 of them earned, with 16 walks and 15 strikeouts. So just by reading those numbers, you can tell that command is a problem. The breaking ball goes outside for ball 1. Nelson, the 1 strikeout today from Cody Gardier. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So far, so good for Spencer Ambrose as he strikes out the leadoff man, Jacob Nelson. Nelson now 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts swinging. Here comes Chris Giles. Giles, the shortstop, hit it over to third his last time up. He's 0 for 1. Check swing on the first pitch to him at strike 1. So the Rams' depth in their bullpen certainly being challenged here in Game 3 of the series, and well, the bats being challenged as well. No hits for Bluefield, the 0-1. Swing and a miss at a pitch low, and it rolls behind Cardona. It'll count as a strike either way. No balls, 2 strikes. Ambrose peering over the lefty, replacing the righty and Cody Gardier. Has the ball in his hand, now in that black glove. No balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss at a pitch in the dirt. Cardona comes up with it, rifles on to first, and the first 2 batters seen by the lefty, Spencer Ambrose, both going down swinging. Might just be the matchup that Bluefield wants. It looks like Ambrose is throwing pitches with a good amount of movement so far. Now we go back to the top of the lineup here in the top of the 4th inning. Union leading it still 3-0, but here comes the perennial thorn in the side of the Rams. St. John Shoop, 2 for 2, 2 singles, an RBI and a run scored, as well as a stolen base. First pitch to him, fastball upstairs for ball 1. So he bunted his way on in the first inning. Daniel Neal knocked him in to make it 1-0. Then the second inning, his hit brought in Lolo Williams to make it 2-0 as that one is stroked out to deep left field. Pepe Napoleon looks up and it's out of here. 3 for 3 goes St. John Shoop, and now it's 4-0. Makes his way home, and the lead is 4 for Union. Rams have just not found a way to keep him silent. First home run of the year. So now 4-0 the score. High and in, and now we're starting to see the command fade. Joe Gaines 0 for 1 with the sacrifice. That ball got out of here in a hurry, and you can see the American flag out in left field that's pointing the way of the mountain, but I believe that even without the wind, that ball might have escaped Bowen. 1-0. Down the middle, there's a strike. So there's 2 outs, nobody on, 4-0 after the home run from Shoop. One offer. A little tapper foul rolling behind the catcher Cardona. So it's possible that he hung a breaking ball up there. First 2 batters he was able to fan. Ambrose threw some pitches in the dirt. 1-2. There it is in the dirt again, bouncing about 2 feet in front of home plate. Ball 2, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, nobody on, 4-0 Union's up. Now with 9 hits on the day. Two count. Ambrose looks and pitches. Slice foul, left side, now to play. Sun trying to pierce its way through the clouds out in left field. Mountains behind the outfield still covered with trees with no leaves right now as we're still in winter and it feels like it. 2-2 offer. Breaking ball, nearly got him. It's ball 3, it's a full count. Well, Joe Gaines had to think about it for a second. That was very close. His last time up, he shot a line drive straight to Ozzie Millette over at third base. Payoff. Outside corner, got him looking. Ambrose comes in, racks up 3 strikeouts, but a home run from St. Shoop makes it 4-0 after the center fielder went yard for the first time this year. On to the bottom of the 4th, and Union leads it 4-0. Union has scored a run in each of the first 4 innings, and the Rams are looking for their first hit. Here's Jordan Huntley, the leadoff man. First pitch to the center fielder, it's outside. Huntley went yard 2 times yesterday against Union pitchers, but now today he flew out deep to center field to start us off in the bottom of the first, but it was ranged in to the glove by Shoop. Here's the 1-0. Line drive into left field, and now actually it's caught down on a bounce. Swatting it down that time, it's Shoemaker. But now there's the first hit for Bluefield. Thought it got past the glove of the third baseman Shoemaker, but instead it's a base hit for Jordan Huntley, finally breaking in Daniel Neal and trying to get into this 4-0 deficit here. Bring up Jose Santana. He flew out deep to left field his last time up, 0 for 1. Rams have already thrown 2 pitchers their last time in that top of the 4th inning. Spencer Ambrose allowed a home run. As that first pitch is low, it's ball 1. Count it 1-0, now a runner at first base. 1-0. Outside fastball called a strike. Strike 1, evening up the count 1-1. Pickoff attempt goes away from Joe Gaines, and that'll be an error on Daniel Neal. And the Rams, for the first time today, have a runner in scoring position. So Reinert out in right field, trying to back up that throw. Couldn't get there in time. Got it 1-1. Here's the pitch. Swinging a ground ball straight to short. Giles bobbled it in front of him, picks it up on a hop throw to first. Got him. Joe Gaines with a toe tapper on the bag, and Mike White is going to have something to say about that. I think Garrett Schilling told him to wait off, and now it looks like they're going to have a conference. Jose Santana. That's a good play by Giles. Staying with it, picked it up. Right hand to shortstop, rifled it straight to first, and an even better stretch by Joe Gaines, and they are going to call him out. So Jordan Huntley stays at second base. He got there on a single and an error. Brings up Ozzie Millette, so it's now 4-0 with one out in the bottom of the fourth inning. Rubber match, Union looking like they might take it if they keep making plays like that. Rams need to pile up the hits, though. Third baseman grounded out to third his last time. First pitch, high fly down the left field line and foul. So no balls, one strike. Digging in on the right side, wearing number 44. Only one out, and there's really no double play intact. Rams have hit into two of those today, ending the second and third innings. A loud one in the third. One is outside for ball one to even it up at 1-1. There was a runner at first, and Mejia had a big jump after Espinal punched the ball onto the right side. Holmstrom jumped to make the catch and threw him out at first. 1-1. Popped up, shallow right. Reinert storming in, calling off Holmstrom, camps out under it and makes the catch. Huntley flirts with tagging, throws it back into the infield, and Giles is right there to get it for the effort to keep Huntley at second base. So now there are two outs. Here comes Pepe Napoleon. Coming from Winsted, Connecticut. Tall player at 6'6", 190. Runner at second, first pitch. Napoleon watches a fastball high and away for ball one. Ball and no strikes, Huntley at second base. Napoleon trying to knock him in, the 1-0. High and in, ducking Napoleon, and that will just let Huntley jog on over to third base on a wild pitch. You know that pitch is high if it was well over the head of Napoleon. Now a base hit could put Bluefield's first run on the board, but there are two outs. Huntley has moved to second and now third off of bad mistakes by Daniel Neal on the mound. 4-0 the score. Rams looking for their first run. Here's the 2-0. Fastball blazing in for strike one. It was high, but crossing the Rams letters on that camouflage jersey. 2 balls, 1 strike. Deep backstop here at Bowen Field. As that pitch is stroked to deep left field. Nelson running back, and it is off of the wall. A run will score. Napoleon on to second base. Now going for third could be a play as he dives in safely for an RBI triple. What a relay, but the Rams left fielder beats the throw, and now they're on the board. It's 4-1. So Huntley comes in to score. First extra base hit of the day for Bluefield. Here comes Bart Osborne, who has been adamant about criticizing these umpires in this series so far. And like we talked about yesterday, it's not like we're playing at Dodger Stadium, so there aren't that many people here. And in the press box, we can hear word for word what the head coaches are saying to the umpires. Didn't have much to say that time. 4-1 the score, 2 hits in the inning for Bluefield. Rams finally on the board in the bottom of the fourth inning. So now a runner at third. Same exact situation for Edgardo Bernard, who was walked back in the second. First pitch to the lefty. Waits on it, and it's taken for strike one. A high pitch, nonetheless a strike. Counted 0-1. Game 3 of the series. Rams trying to come back. 0-1 offer. Breaks in the dirt. Got to give it to Napoleon. He had wheels going around second base. Mike White rolling the dice and dove into that bag Pete Rose style. 1-1. Another high fastball for ball 2. Wind starting to flow in on our press box side here on the third baseline. Neal checks Napoleon and pitches. Check swing that he spun around on. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Three-run lead for Union. Rams trying to cut it down to possibly just 2 here. 2-2. Another high fastball for ball 3. Full count. Edgardo Bernard ready to step back in on the left side of the box. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Payoff pitch. High fly out to left center field. Shoop on the run, stops and makes the catch as he jogs towards the wall. But a run scores on 2 hits, no errors, and Napoleon left at third after the RBI triple. Rams have now cut into the 4-0 lead. It's 4-1 as we go to the 5th inning. Spencer Ambrose on for his 2nd inning of work as we start out the 5th. Nick Shoemaker, Daniel Neal, and Luke Reinert all due up for Union as they lead Bluefield now 4-1. Ambrose ready to pitch, and the lefty deals a first pitch breaking ball for strike 1. Gave up a home run to Shoop, who is the player of the game for Union at the moment, 3 for 3 with a couple of RBIs and now 2 runs scored after the home run. 0-1. Another breaking ball missing high and away for ball 1. Shoemaker, though, is 2 for 2. First time he's seen the lefty. Was able to get a couple of hits off of the Rams starter, Cody Gardier, who allowed 3 runs on 8 hits. Time called. Cold one here in Bluefield, Virginia today. Urban legend is that the border runs right down the middle of the field. Here's the 1-1. Outside and low, it's ball 2. Although that's a simple Google search you can make, this field is entirely in Bluefield, Virginia. But across the parking lot right behind us, that's where you go to West Virginia. And Mitchell Stadium is in West Virginia. The Rams football plays. 2-1. In the dirt for ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike. Let's get the word on Twitter. Congratulations to Bluefield College men's basketball finishing in 3rd in the Christian College Championships up in Indiana. 3-1. Down on the left side, ball 4 just missing. Shoemaker walked to start it off. Here comes Daniel Neal. He hit into a 4-6-3 double play in the 3rd inning, but also brought in the game's opening run with an RBI single in the 1st. Runner at first, Union with 9 hits today. Rams with their only 2 in the bottom of the 4th inning. Neal swings and grounds at third base side on the first pitch for strike one. Union has scored a run in every inning. So we talked about how they scored in the first inning. In the second, after the triple from Lolo Williams with 2 outs, St. Shoop brought him in on a single. Then an RBI double from Ty Holmstrom, again with 2 outs, brought in Luke Reinert to make it 3-0. As that pitch is grounded foul again, third base side now to play. Then in the fourth inning with 2 outs, you guessed it, St. Shoop belted a home run, his first of the year, out to left field. So 3 of the 4 runs being scored with 2 outs. Ground ball up the middle, bouncing between Espinal and Torres, and it's another single for Union. That was in the perfect position of no man's land between Espinal and Torres. It already looks like we're going to see a pinch runner for Union. Now the Rams have to deal with 2 runners aboard now. Daniel Neal taking off. And the first pitch with no outs to Luke Reinert is a pitch high. One ball, no strikes. Millette playing up above the bag at third base to try to field a bunt potentially. As that swing flares it into center field, straight at Huntley, makes the catch, and Shoemaker will stay at second base. So Reinert is retired, and now with 1 out, the Rams can hope for that double play that has devastated Union all weekend. Bring up Ty Holmstrom, 1 for 2 with an RBI double. By the way, that runner over at first base is Joseph Hensley, the sophomore from Richmond, Kentucky. Now for Holmstrom, the second baseman from Pasadena, California. First pitch to him, high fly out to left field. Napoleon backpedaling, makes the catch. Shoemaker will shuffle back to the bag at second base, and that is allowed. Out number 2 here in the top of the 5th inning. 4-1 the score. Union with 10 hits, but only 4 runs to show for it at the moment. And now 4 runners left on base for Union. Brings up Lolo Williams. He's 1 for 2 with a triple and a run scored. Shoemaker at second. Hensley at first. Big lead for the runner at first, but nobody covering. Ambrose is trying to get through another inning. Looking for the first scoreless inning for Union. Now the catcher trying to keep the trend going. First pitch. Right, he watches it right across the chest for strike 1. Union trying to go back to Barberville, Kentucky with a series win. It's about a 3 or 4 hour drive. Of course, when I went there with basketball, it ended up being a 2-day trip because the bus started leaning all the way to the left, so we had to stay at a Best Western. Here's the 0-1. Outside and low for ball 1. Shout out to the folks at the Wendy's in Barberville, Kentucky for letting us eat there after they closed. So any of you Union fans listening in at home, be sure to give them my thanks. Ball and a strike, 2 outs. 2 men on for the Bulldogs. Here's the 1-1. Grounder over to Carlos. Torres bobbles it, picks it up, and after ham-fisting the ball a couple of times, tags the bag, and there it is. The first scoreless inning of work for Union as they leave 2 runners on. We head to the bottom of the 5th, and the Rams trail 4-1.
The whole bus was just leaning was like the wheels on the back were leaned in. They were just like tilting it. It was like the Incredible Hulk just punched it or something. And we're just like, we had to wait the whole next day to get the like somebody to pick us up. And the people at Enterprise didn't have enough people to drive us over there, so we were supposed to leave at 11. We ended up leaving at 2. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, I drove that trip. I'm really glad I did. So how does all even do that? Like sitting on each other's laps or something? Right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, because my broadcast partner told me about that.
Bottom of the 5th inning, Rams trail 4-1 here against Union, looking for a win in the rubber match. First pitch from Daniel Neal, bit outside. 6, 7, 8, 2 up for Bluefielder. Andreas Holzer hit into a double play to end the 2nd inning. His last time up as he swings and grounds it softly over to second. Holmstrom picks it up, quick throw to first, sidearms it there for out number 1. So Daniel Neal trying to become win eligible here. DH in the first 2 games of the series, also batting in this game. Getting the start as a pitcher, looking for a win. To bring up Joseph Cardona, the catcher, walked back in the 3rd inning and was taken off of the base paths after a courtesy runner came in, Mejia, and then he was doubled up. First pitch to the lefty, and he swings and fouls it off. After that one goes in the Rams dugout, the count is 0-1. Offer. Swinging a ground ball deep in the hole at second, and it's bobbled by Holmstrom as it rolls into right field. That will likely be an error, and now the Rams have a man on with 1 out. Holmstrom was playing back on it, and yes, it is the 2nd error of the day on Union, the first one being on Daniel Neal. He allowed Huntley to go from first to second base. Here comes Carlos Torres. Slammed the ball over to left on the left side. It was caught by the 3rd baseman. This time he doesn't know. It's a flare into shallow center. Shortstop Giles drops back to make the catch for out number 2. Rams are swinging away here with 2 outs. Brings up Marcus Espinal. Shot a ball over to Ty Holmstrom. His last time up to the plate in the 3rd inning, and then Mejia was sniped at first base. It was a 4-3 double play. Runner at first, it's 4-1 with 2 outs. First pitch, and Marcus Espinal lifts it down the left field line. That's a base hit. Over to second goes Mejia. He will stay there, and Bluefield has 2 men aboard, now with 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th inning. So that's just the 3rd hit for the Rams. It looks like we're going to see our first mound visit of the day. Daniel Neal talking this one over. He's gone 4 2/3, and that will be it for Daniel Neal. So now the Rams with 2 men aboard and a new pitcher coming in with the Union for the Union Bulldogs. We'll tell you who it is after this, with the Rams knocking on the door at the bottom of the 5th inning. So now with the Rams threatening here in the bottom of the fifth. 2 men aboard, now facing against the Canadian on the mound, Dolan Kunkel, right-handed pitcher from Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. Top of the lineup, and it's Jordan Huntley. Mejia, the pinch runner, is at second base, or the courtesy runner, I should say, for Cardona, who got on with an E4. Espinal with a single down the left field line is at first base, and here's Huntley, who's 1 for 2 with a single and a run scored. 1-0 is outside, scraping the dirt, 2 balls, no strikes. So Kunkel looking through a gigantic mustache. 2 balls, no strikes. The offer outside and low. 3 balls and no strikes. So if we had to guess here from the third base press box, it looks like Daniel Neal will stay in the batter's lineup as the DH, who is listed as the pitcher / DH. (3-0). Outside and low, and the bases are loaded with 2 outs. The tying run at first base. Mejia to third, Espinal to second, and Jordan Huntley joining them at first base. Rams starting to believe here in the bottom of the 5th inning. So Kunkel with a 4.09 ERA, no wins, no losses, and no saves. He's pitched 11 innings this year. He surrendered 13 runs, 13 hits, 5 runs all earned, with 4 walks and 5 strikeouts. But the base is loaded with 2 outs. As Santana looks at a pitch low, it bounces right in front of the catcher, Lolo Williams, and now it's ball 1. Ball and no strikes. Mejia at third, Espinal at second, and Huntley at first. Santana looks at the 1-0, and it's high. 2 balls, no strikes. Tying run at first base, 2 outs. 3 hits for the Rams in this game. Could use a 4th. 2-0 pitch. Swinging a chopper on the shortstop side. Glove by Giles. Throw to first. Off target. Brings a run home, and Mejia tags home plate. It's 4-2. So Santana will get the single and the RBI as it's deemed a hit. The 4th base hit for Bluefield, and now after Mejia comes home, the bases are loaded again. Everyone going station to station. 4-2 the score. We're seeing another time here. Rams cutting into this lead. And here comes Bart Osborne again for yet another fiery dialogue with the umpires. They're conversing on this one. It appeared that Giles had fielded the ball, had a high throw, but it looked like it was going to be a bang-bang play enough at first base where Santana was going to beat out that throw. So that'll be a run attributed to Daniel Neal. Tying run at second base, go-ahead run at first, and here comes Ozzie Millette. Young man from Miami, Florida, with the bases loaded, 2 outs, 4-2 the score, bottom of the 5th inning. Kunkel, the righty, kicks and fires. Swing and a miss at a pitch low, strike 1. So no balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Rams really trying to knock on the door and then kick it down with a big hit here. Kunkel in a tough situation, 0-1. Outside, ball 1. Rams appear to have somebody up and stretching in the bullpen. Have to see if Spencer Ambrose comes out for the 6th inning. He pitched the first scoreless inning in the 5th, but now the Rams trying to break it open. 1-1. Fouled straight back to that green backstop, and after it kicks off the cement wall into the glove of Lolo Williams, Millette is down to his final strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Espinal at third. Huntley's at second, and fresh off the infield single, Jose Santana is at first with the RBI. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Kunkel checks the runners. 1-2. Outside, ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Breaking ball missed. Got it 2-2. Pitch. Fouled straight back again. Even count to Ozzie Millette with the bases loaded full of Rams. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Third baseman trying to battle here. Relief man for Union looking to get out of the inning. 2-2 pitch. Swinging a slow roller over to short again. Giles picks it up, throws to second, and gets the final out. Slight damage done for Bluefield, but Union gets out of the inning with the bases loaded. And now as we go to the 6th, Rams have cut this lead down to 2. It's 4-2 Union here in Game 3, the series finale between the Bulldogs and the Rams. Welcome back, everybody. Starting out the 6th inning, Rams have cut into what was a 4-0 lead, and now it's 4-2. Spencer Ambrose, the lefty on the mound, deals a first pitch strike. Looks like we potentially have a new batter in. That pitch goes in the outside corner. Dallas Green is now in. So Green batting in the place of Nelson. So Jacob Nelson goes 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts and then is taken out of the game. Meanwhile, the count at 1-2. Nelson has 3 strikeouts already. So the pinch hitter in. He was 1 for 1 yesterday after he came in for Luke Reinert. Now playing in his 9th game for Union and batting over 400 in the attempts he's gotten. The 1-2. In the dirt, and it hit him. Hit his back foot, and now another inning started off with yet another Union College leadoff man on. We're in the 6th inning, playing a 9-inning game today. Or to the score. Here comes Chris Giles. Big lead at first. Spencer Ambrose has to check him. First pitch to the shortstop. Big cut and a miss. Well, Giles is 0 for 1 against the lefty Spencer Ambrose. Struck him out on a pitch low. One of those 3 strikeouts he had in his opening 4th inning, but that was still the inning where Union scored their last run in this game after the home run from Shoop. Here's the 0-1. Has to wait as a pickoff attempt is sailing late at first. Got an 0-1 to the shortstop. Bailey Engel here. Glad to have you with us, Bluefield and Union fans alike, on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Millette playing up at third, and now the 0-1. Cut and a miss again. Boy, those breaking balls have gotten Giles to look silly in those big 3 swings he's had. So no balls, 2 strikes, no outs, runner at first base. Now the offer. Outside, ball 1. Rams down 4-2. We're in the top of the 6th inning. Union led by a score of 4-0, but in the bottom of the 4th and the bottom of the 5th, the Rams have been able to add on a couple of runs. Left the bases loaded, though, in that last inning. 1-2 pitch. Chopper right behind Cardona. We'll do it again at 1 ball, 2 strikes. So the Rams will not play at home next week. We had a pretty barren week as far as Bluefield College sports go. Next Friday, Rams softball will take on Bluefield State. JV baseball will be playing on Monday here at Bowen Field. But other than that, not much going on here in the 2 Virginias. Next, the runner at first kicks and delivers. Ground ball left side, sneaking through the 5-6 hole. It's a base hit for Chris Giles. First 2 men aboard here in the top of the 6th inning. Dallas Green on to second. So Bluefield College varsity baseball will not play at home until March 26th. So that's in 10 days. They're going to face off against Piedmont International. I went on that trip down to North Carolina last year with them to play Piedmont International, and that was a game where Bluefield just tattooed the pitchers. At one point, Piedmont International threw out a guy that I believe was 29 years old and served in the military and then wanted to play NAIA baseball. As that pitch is popped up into shallow center. Stumbling is Marcus Espinal. Can't make the catch. Comes up, and there's no throw. Bases are loaded. Went out to no man's land. Espinal slipped up, and the base is loaded. So now Union College trying to break down the door on Spencer Ambrose. So now Shoop is on for the 4th time today. But it'll go to 3 for 4, as that'll be an E6. Base is loaded. Corner infielders in the middle of the infield playing back. So Rams not trying to go with the infield in just yet. Here comes Joe Gaines. Lefty watches a breaking ball right down the middle for a strike 1. So this is a huge test for Spencer Ambrose after the Rams have already fought back and have made it a close ball game. Swing of the bat could potentially change that all right here in the top of the 6th inning. Bases loaded, top of the 6th, 4-2 the lead. 0-1 to the first baseman. Breaking ball scrapes in the dirt. Cardona smashes it down near home plate, and it's ball 1. Ball and a strike. Trying for the 3rd inning of work from the lefty. Base is juiced. 1-1. In the dirt again. Rams don't have an arm warming up out there, just trying to get it out. Two balls, 1 strike, no outs. 2-1 pitch. Outside and low for ball 3. And well, for Spencer Ambrose, just trying to put it in the zone here to keep this game close. 4-2 the score. Green is at 3rd, Giles at 2nd, and Shoop getting on with the drop pop fly. 3-1. Outside, ball 4, and now it's 5-2. Green comes in, Giles on to third, Shoot moves to second. And there are still no outs with the bases loaded. Interestingly enough, that's the first walk, or rather the second walk thrown today by Spencer Ambrose. 12 hits for Union, 5 runs to show for it, up 5-2. Brings up Shoemaker. Bases loaded to the third baseman. Breaking ball right down the plate for strike one. So now 5-2, Rams have cut it down to a 4-2 lead. That breaks the streak for Bluefield. They had scored 2 runs unanswered. Bases loaded, the 0-1. High and in, ball 1. This inning could get ugly. Thomas Huddleston, pitching coach, calling the game from the first base side, and I better hope that Spencer Ambrose can just hit the zone here. Rams need a double play, not playing with the infield in. 1-1. Popped up. Cardona won't even try to get it. Goes over the press box, and now at a ball and 2 strikes, Ambrose a strike away from potentially finding his 4th strikeout and needs it here. 5-2 the score in the top of the 6th inning. No outs and the bases loaded with Bulldogs. Good nod on the mound from the lefty. Bases loaded, 1-2. In the dirt, Cardona bounces it off of that chest guard rolling down the third baseline. It seems that those breaking balls have started to tailor off, and Union is now taking the bait. Shoemaker was walked by Ambrose back in the 5th inning. Got a couple of hits off of the starter in this game. Outside and low. 3 balls, 2 strikes, full count. After he got a couple of hits off of Cody Gardeer, can Shoemaker get one right here against the lefty for Bluefield? Spencer Ambrose. Bases loaded, full count, kick and the payoff. Inside corner, got him, strike 3. Well, Shoemaker arguing that that was very close, but you know, when it's close, you have to swing with 2 strikes like that. Big backwards K, and now the Rams can hope for a double play to keep this lead at just 3. It's 5-2 Union. Brings up Daniel Neal. Ambrose deals, and the DH chops it over to third. Millette throws on to home, and the out is recorded. Station to station, everybody goes, and now for Giles, he will not score. Now let's hold on a second here. Will they count this run? Mike White is out to argue. Just trying to clarify what happened. It appeared that it was going to be a 5-2 putout to keep the score at 5-2. Mike White still jarring with a home plate umpire, and they are going to talk this one over. Take a break real quickly for the clarification on what's going on.
What's happening? Like Mike wants to double play. So the guy's out at home, right?
So it appears that Mike White wants to argue that when Giles came in, he had potentially interfered with Cardona's chance to throw it to first base, looking for what could have been a 5-2-3 double play. But for Bluefield, they don't have to worry about Giles coming in, so he's out. But that's not the question of whether he was out or not. They're trying to double up to get Neal out at first, who hit it to a double play yesterday with the bases loaded to end the ball game, and now this could be a big deflating one here for Union. But at the moment, standing at first base. Long conference, and this could be a big call in this game because the it's a double play, that's it for the top of the 6th inning, and the Rams are just down by 3. But if he's safe, the bases are loaded, albeit with 2 outs, but the bases are still going to be loaded. Rams have an arm warming up in the bullpen. Spencer Ambrose has been in since the 4th inning. So far, surrendered 2 runs. So this is kind of like the Yalta conference down the first baseline with the big 3 talking what's going to happen. Bart Osborne, the head coach for Union, is going to get a call here, and he turns around, and he doesn't really seem excited to get this call. So we're going to take a break here, trying to listen to what happened. Well, the head coach for Union does not seem to be complicit, walking at one of the more glacial paces we have ever seen. Rams still moving around an arm in the bullpen, and this is a huge call here. Bart Osborne almost got chucked out of the game yesterday. Head coach for Union has been there for a good amount of time, now entering his 16th season. 5-2 the score as it stands right now. The run did not score, and now looking for a double play. Up to the plate, waiting for the call is Luke Reinert. At least from what we're making out up here, Bart Osborne is saying that the inning is over. So they're still talking. Osborne really trying to defend his guys. This has put the game at a substantial standstill. Game 1 yesterday, Union dominated. There's no other way to put it. They had 25 hits and won the game 21-9 before it was called in the 7th inning. Then, in the second game, Rams rode on the back of Alex Perkins, who pitched very well for Bluefield, as well as Justin Coleman, the reliever. And it's a double play. So the interference is the call. Mike White arguing and sending that into motion. So Union leaves the bases loaded, and we go to the bottom of the 6th. 5-2 the score. Controversial call to end the top of the 6th, but it benefits Bluefield as now we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Rams trailing by 3 runs, 5-2 the score. Dolan Kunkel still on the mound after he came in to replace Daniel Neal, who pitched the first 4 2/3 against the Rams. So Pepe Napoleon will lead it off, the 4-5-6-2 up for Bluefield. He tripled and brought a run home back in the 4th inning, so he's 1 for 2. Edgardo Bernard on deck, who's 0 for 1, and Andreas Holzer, 0 for 2, due up in this inning. Bailey Engel here. We're glad to have you on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Rubber match of this series as the first pitch to the tall left fielder scrapes in the dirt for ball 1. Rams lost the first game 21-9, held on to win game 2 4-3. And now looking for a chance to come back and potentially win the series here in game 3 at Bowen Field. 1 ball, no strikes. The pitch, and the dirt again. 2 balls and no strikes to the left fielder. Standing in at 6-6, it can't be that hard to at least try to get one pitch into the strike zone. Here's the 2-0. Chopper ripped on the left side, charging up Giles, scoops, throws, in time, one away. Union fans showing up and being loud here in this three-game series, a big one. Tensions have been high, but the baseball has been pretty good here today on a Saturday. 5-2 remains the score, one out. Rams left the bases loaded in the fifth inning. Here comes Edgardo Bernard, first pitch. Fastball crossing the Rams logo right on the chest and the American flag lettering. It's strike one. Wind breezing in, and Kunkel trying to get into a bit of a swing here. Speaking of swings, big cut and a miss, strike two. No balls, two strikes. Wispy cirrus clouds flowing from right to left overhead. The 0-2 to the first baseman. Swing and a miss, strike three. Kunkel records his first strikeout, and that's how it starts out here in the bottom of the sixth inning. 2 up, 2 down. 5-2, Union still holding on. Here's Andreas Holzer, first pitch. And the dirt bouncing right behind Lolo Williams. No damage as nobody's on for the Rams. 2 outs, 3-run lead for Union. Rams only with 4 hits today. The Bulldogs have 12. They have substantially out-hit Bluefield in this series by a wide margin. 1-0. Shot into right field, bouncing all the way to Reinert. It's a base hit. 2-out knock for Dre Holzer, and the Rams have a man on at first with Joseph Cardona due up to the plate. Cardona is 0 for 1, got on with an error by the second baseman Ty Holmstrom back in the fifth inning. Mejia, who represented him on the base paths, ended up scoring. Here comes the catcher wearing number 24, batting left-handed against the righty. Shuffling off the bag at first is Dre Holzer. Rams are down by 3, 5-2 the score. Potential tying run on deck with 2 outs, first pitch. Swing and a line drive, center field, another 2-out base hit for Bluefield. Moving over to second is Holzer, and Cardona is on with his first single of the ball game. Here at Schilling, talking with Cardona. And Mejia goes on to first. Well, Garrett Schilling was talking with Cardona and said the ball has to be dead. He just has to make sure before they make the call for the pinch runner that the play was over. So Cardona there was in danger of being thrown out at first base. Now 2 men aboard, 2 straight, 2-out singles. Can Carlos Torres cut into it? First pitch to the second baseman is upstairs for ball 1. So for Carlos Torres, 0 for 2 today. A couple of well-hit balls, at least in the third inning when he smacked it right to the third baseman, Shoemaker. Here's the 1-0. Outside, top right corner though. Call it a strike, count it 1-1. 5-2, Carlos Torres, a home run could tie the game. At the bottom of the sixth inning. Pitch. High and in. Torres limbos out of the way. Now the righty is up 2 balls and 1 strike. So Torres waiting a chance to keep this inning going. Kunkel checks the runners 2-1. Outside and low. Ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike. Holzer at second base, Cardona represented by Mejia at first. Batters count to the second baseman, 3-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Big pitch for Kunkel, it's now a full count. Torres, huge position here. Rams fired up on the first base side. 3-2 offer. Outside, gets by Lolo Williams, and now the bases are loaded. So it was ball 4. The catcher ranged back to get it. The bases are loaded for the second straight inning for Bluefield with 2 outs. Holzer at third. Mejia at second, and now Carlos Torres on with a base on balls. So here comes the shortstop, Marcus Espinal. And it looks like, once again, we're going to have some sort of dialogue on the mound. Dolan Kunkel has been in there since the 5th inning. Came in and did a decent job, and now loading up the bases with 2 outs. Are some popping of catcher's mitts on this left side of the bullpen for Union. Can't get a great look at it. So Kunkel now still talking it over with his pitcher, or his head coach. Actually, that's the pitching coach, and there will be no change made. Marcus Espinal. A swing of the bat could give Bluefield the lead. The tying run is at first base. 5-2 the score. Base is loaded. Bottom of the 6th. 2 outs. Can Espinal make this an even closer ball game? Senior from Connecticut. First pitch. Right down the plate for strike 1. Espinal, the shortstop, standing in at 6'0", 195, had a convincing single in the 5th inning. He was left at third base, and he also hit a ball on the right side to Holmstrom, the 0-1. Outside, ball 1. Evens up the count at 1-1, but the base is loaded. 5-2, 2 outs. Bottom of the 6th inning. In front of what has been a loud pro-Union crowd here in Bluefield. The 1-1. High and in. Espinal ducks. It's 2-1. Shortstop wearing number 17, ready to dig right back in on the right side. Holzer at third, Mejia at second, and Carlos Torres, potential tying run at first. 2-1. Swinging a foul ball, grazing on the right panel of the backstop, and now the count is even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Dolan Kunkel a strike away from leaving the bases loaded for Bluefield for the 2nd inning in a row. 9-hitter ready to go again on the right side. Bases loaded, 5-2. Rams are down by 3. 2-2 offer. Another foul ball. Espinal throws out the bat to defend the plate, and it pops up onto the right side. Still a 2-2 count. Kunkel with the ball in the glove. Looks in, pitches. Swinging a ground ball up the middle, fielded by Kunkel. Underhands to first, and the Rams leave the bases loaded. So after 3 straight, batters get on with 2 outs. The Rams come up with nothing there in the 6th inning. 5-2, Union keeps the lead. They lead by 3 as we head to the 7th inning. Luke Reinert comes up to the plate to lead off the 7th inning. Rams had the tying run at first base with the bases loaded and 2 outs, but then could not come up with anything there. So now Spencer Ambrose still on the mound for Bluefield, facing off against the outfielder and hits him with the first pitch. So Ty Holmstrom comes up. That's the 2nd straight inning where Ambrose has plunked the first batter. Did the same with Dallas Green back in the 6th inning. Ty Holmstrom had that RBI double back in the 3rd inning. Union scored in the first 4 innings, then got one back in the 6th. So now 5-2. They have 12 hits today. They left the bases loaded, had that interference call to end the top of the 6th. Here we are in the 7th. First pitch in the dirt, bouncing in front of home plate for ball 1. The Union looking for what could be their 5th conference win of the year after really blowing apart Bluefield in Game 1. Right now 4-4 in the AAC, 14-8 overall. Rams at 5-3 in the conference, potentially with their 6th win. Pickoff attempt, just a warning. Rams with someone warming up in the pen. Ball and no strikes, they're out in right field. Now the 1-0. Inside and low, ball 2. Now 2 balls, no strikes, no outs, 5-2 the score. Top of the 7th inning. This one looks like it could come down right to the end again. Union looking for premium insurance, though, because the Rams haven't been able to effectively score runs today. 2-0. Popped up right side over the dugout and out of play. So after that ball sails over the Coppinger room, count goes to 2-1. Five to the score. Slight lead at first for Reinert, who is hit by a pitch to start it out. No outs. The offer to the second baseman. Ground ball left side through for a base hit. There's the 2nd straight inning where Union has gotten their first 2 men aboard with no outs. Second hit of the day for the second baseman for Union, and it looks like this will be it for Spencer Ambrose. He pitched 3 innings and allowed 2 runs. Of course, his line not yet done, but we're going to see a pitching change for Bluefield. 5-2 the score, and after the 13th hit of the day, a new Rams pitcher is set to pitch here in the top of the 7th.
Yeah, just take the ball. Yeah. All right, man. Time to go. You guys all know that. You did all right. Yeah, but he's breaking balls. Big starts smacking in the dirt and hit a couple of guys. I mean, he has more walking and strikeouts on the end of it. What's this guy's name? Baseball is, man.
for a Union, 5-2 the score, and now Justin Mesa, the right-handed pitcher with 5.21 ERA, win, no losses on the year, 19 innings, inherits two runners with no outs in the 7th, and a 5-2 deficit that the Rams are trying to climb through. Here's Lolo Williams, the catcher. Mesa with the beige glove pitches. First one is right off the foot of Lolo Williams, and he's going to have to walk that one off, strike one.
Counted 0-1. Mesa with the ball in the glove. Liner at second. Holmstrom off of a single at first. Spencer Ambrose, his day is done. 0-1. High and away. Ball one. So Ambrose came in. Eventually pitched 3 innings. Gave up 2 runs. Most notably the home run from Shoot. And it's now 5-2. Time called. Did have 2 walks and 2 hit batsmen. Lolo Williams at the plate with a triple back in the 2nd inning. Off of the starter in this one for Bluefield, that was Cody Gardier. Ball and a strike, Williams batting on the right side of the plate. Mesa eyeing around, a pickoff attempt, and that ball rolls into center field. No one was there to back it up, bobbled by Huntley, and now he's held up, and now both of the runners will advance on the throwing error. Well, if you're a pitcher in that pickoff attempt, you just have to assume that someone's going to be there, and nobody was. Both runners in scoring position, trying to make this even bigger than a 3-run lead for Union, and a swing of the bat could do just that. Lolo Williams, with a deep enough fly ball, can make it 6-2, and a base hit would likely make it 7-2 here. Top of the 7th, Rams just trying to get to stretch time, and with that situation, the infield beckons forth. So all the infielders now in. Mesa, 1-1. High for ball 2. So 2 balls, 1 strike, no outs, and 2 men in scoring position. Now the pitch. Line drive to right field. Holzer gloves it at his knee, throws it home, and the hopper will be in time for the out. What a double play! Holzer with a clutch throw, and it stays 5-2 with now 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. Play of the game. Reinert is out at the plate. Holmstrom stays at second. Wow! 2 outs now. Here comes Dallas Green. And if you're Bart Osborne, you just have to be frustrated there. That ball looked like it was going to drop in for a base hit. Holzer caught it right at his knee, threw it home. And a good job by Bernard at first base to let that ball go in. 1 ball, no strikes, and Justin Mesa pointed out to right field, thanking him. 1 ball, no strikes. Mesa checks at second. The pitch to Green. Swinging a flare into center field. Long run in. Huntley can't make the catch. Comes up with it. Throwing home. It's going to be another play at the plate. Too far in front. Cardona throws to second, and now Dallas Green is out. But it's an RBI single, and now it's 6-2 in favor of Union. After Holmstrom comes in, a good throw by Cardona over to second base, but the damage done. A 4-run lead for Union as we go into stretch time here in Bluefield. 6-2 the score. Rams got out of a big jam there. One run did score off of the RBI single for Dallas Green, but he's thrown out at second base. Big highlight of that one was the double play as Holzer caught it in right field and then threw out the runner at home. So now Rams down by 4. Kunkel still on the mound. It deals a first pitch strike to the leadoff man for Bluefield. It's Jordan Huntley. Huntley 1 for 2 with a walk. Has scored one of the 2 runs for the Rams after being knocked in on the RBI triple from Napoleon. 0-1. Swinging a ground ball left side, through into left field. Almost a scoop made by Giles, and now the Rams have their leadoff man on to start out the bottom of the 7th inning. Jose Santana will lead it off. 6-2 the score. Bailey Engel on the call here. Glad to have you with us. 7 hits for Bluefield. Rubber match of the series. Rams are down by 4. Union dominating as far as hits go with 14. Bluefield has been making it interesting. First pitch to Santana, and the dirt snap throw to first on target, but no tag laid down. So Lolo Williams being cognizant of the fact that Huntley could try to move over. They've been trying to pick off Huntley today. Starting pitcher Daniel Neal sailed a ball over the head of Joe Gaines, trying to pick him off earlier. That moved Huntley from first to second. Another pickoff attempt there, comes up a bit short. Bottom of the 7th, no outs, a runner at first for the Rams. One-0. Outside corner, called a strike. Counted 1-1 going to the off-speed. Oh, Dolan Kunkel has been in since the 5th inning. Rams loaded up the bases with 2 outs in the 6th, then they could not score. Mallory has been warming up in the bullpen for Union the past couple of innings, though. 1-1. Swinging a ground ball up the middle, bobbled by Giles. Tags the bag, throw to first. Another 6-3 double play. Giles has played a solid shortstop position for Union. Doing it without his hat. I mean, every time a ground ball is hit to him, he fields it and the hat comes flying off. Ozzie Millette up to the plate with the Rams down 6-2. It's a 4-run lead for the Bulldogs. Now the pitch, Millette trying to get on with a bunt. Slaps at it and it bounces behind him for a foul ball. Strike 1. So now it's 6-2. Millette is 0 for 3 today. Flew out to right field back in the 4th inning, grounded out to start it off, and then hit into a fielder's choice to end the 5th. 0-1. Down the plate, and Millette is down to his final strike. Kunkel pitching well. Big man from Saskatchewan. So the Canadian looks in and pitches. Swinging a grounder foul, bouncing off the body of the Rams' third baseman. So Bluefield sporting those camouflage jerseys with Rams and American flag background lettering on the front with the numbers on the back and the exact same thing. Union and the orange jerseys, black caps, and the white letters and numbers. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, no Rams right now on the base pass. The 0-2. Swinging a grounder up the middle, charging in. Holmstrom, off-balance throw. 3 up, 3 down for Bluefield. We go to the 8th inning. Rams are down by 4. It's 6-2 Union. Top of the 8th inning, Rams are down by 4. Mays is still on the mound, and now the 9-1-2 due up for the Bulldogs, trying to add on to their 4-run lead. First pitch, Giles looks at it outside. Shortstop has played a solid position out in the field today. All right at the plate, 1 for 3, had a single back in the 6th inning. It's thrown out at home in that controversial double play call as that pitch goes outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Shoop is on deck and Joe Gaines in the hole. Shoop has reached every time for Union. So he's 3 for 4, reaching on an error, 2-0. Popped up in the infield. Meza calls for it, waves off the third baseman, and now the Rams have a new man in who makes the catch. So Mejia is in for Ozzie Millette now at third base. Mejia had previously played as the courtesy runner for Joseph Cardona. So after the pop-up, we go back to the top of the lineup, and once again, the thorn in the side for Bluefield. Shoop serves it on the left side. Another base hit for the center fielder. He's having himself a day. So a single for Shoop with 1 out. His 4th hit of the ball game. 4 for 5. He has a home run as well. I'm going to bring up Joe Gaines. It was 0 for 2, a sacrifice and a walk. To strike out looking in the 4th. Mejia playing up at third base with 1 out. Pitch. First baseman watches it right down the middle for strike 1. A bit high for his liking, but called a strike. Rubber match of the series. Union a couple of innings away from winning this series. Rams trying to cut into this 4-run lead and sneak out of the small homestand with a win in this series. Runner goes 0-1, swing and a flare into left field. Hit and run works. Napoleon fields it, and now 2 men are aboard with 1 out. 2 straight singles, and now Justin Meza will have to anchor down and try to silence Shoemaker here, who went down looking in the 6th inning. Rams want a double play to get them out of this inning. We're in the top of the 8th. Rams are down by 4 with 1 out. Mejia playing up in the infield grass at third, and the first baseman Edgardo Bernard up on first. That pitch crosses the knees, and Shoemaker is not excited about it. He was not excited about being called out on that backwards K back in the 6th inning on an inside pitch that he says was a little too close to his knee, but did not defend the plate with the bases loaded. Pitch. Swinging a rip into center field, or rather it's doubled up. 4-6-3, another double play, and the Rams get out of the 8th inning. Had to try to find where that ball was going. It went straight to Carlos Torres, fielded it, tossed it to Espinal, and a 4-6-3 double play gets the Rams out of the 8th inning. We're going to the bottom of the 8th, and Bluefield leads, or rather trails, 6-2. Pepe Napoleon will lead it off for Bluefield in the bottom of the 8th. Rams need 4 runs to tie it up here at Bowen Field in the rubber match of the series. Who will win between Union and Bluefield? Well, the Rams trying to decide that here after starting out this day down 4-0. They have made it a slight ball game here in the first pitch to the left fielder. He swings and misses at a pitch in the dirt. Kunkel still on the mound. Dolan Kunkel came in back of the 5th inning. He's yet to surrender a run in the 6th or the 7th. Rams had the bases loaded with 2 outs in the 7th, or rather the 6th. And the 7th, leadoff man got on, and then a quick double play was hit into by Santana. Here we are in the bottom of the 8th, though. 4-5-6 due up for Bluefield. Wind still rolling in, the 0-1. High and outside. So Napoleon had the RBI triple in the 4th, but other than that, a couple of ground outs to short. Chris Giles showing why he's known as the best fielder for the Bulldogs. Here's the 1-1. Outside, right in on the corner, bringing in for strike 2. Ball and 2 strikes. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a hard hit. Ground ball leaking into left field. Base hit. Now Napoleon is at first with a lead-off single. That brings up Edgardo Bernard. So Bernard today has yet to get a hit. Went down swinging in the 6th inning. Daniel Neal got the start, and that was one of the last batters, or rather, that was the first and only strikeout for Kunkel as that pitch is popped up shallow left. Now curving back to center. Giles drops back, and the shortstop makes the catch for out number 1. It's now 1 out in the bottom of the 8th inning. Rams are down by 4, 6-2. Pickoff attempt. Napoleon gets back to first. Holzer with a single in the 6th inning. It's 1 for 3. Another pickoff attempt just a bit late. Final game of the series playing here in the daylight. 6-2, 16 hits for the Union Bulldogs. The pitch. Holzer watches it go down the plate for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out. 4-run lead for Union. They started out the game 4-0. Rams cut it down to 4-2, but now 2 unanswered. As another ball sails into the glove of Gaines at first, trying to get Napoleon out. Hopping behind his blue helmet. Another pickoff attempt. Oh, Kunkel has been on the dial with these. Looked like Gaines pump fake trying to get him with that fake ball trick. Cleaning off the first base bag is the first base umpire. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Runner at first. Rams trying to cut into a 4-run deficit. Kunkel keeping it close. 0-1. High and outside, ball 1. Fastball blazes in, it misses. 1 ball, 1 strike. Small lead at first for Napoleon. Will he try to take off? 1-1. High and away again. 2 balls and 1 strike. 1 out after the pop-up from Edgardo Bernard. Pitch, choked up, pop-up, right side, caught by Holmstrom. Now 2 gone. Now 2 outs. That'll bring up Cardona. Rams need runs, and they need them now. Time running out. We're in the bottom of the 8th inning with 2 outs and a runner at first base. Napoleon led it off with a single, and now 2 straight retired. High and away, looking for a snap throw, and Lolo Williams will just give it back to the pitcher. Ball and no strikes. Now the offer, cut and a miss. Waving through that one, strike 1. Ball and a strike with 2 outs. Small lead, and now a pickoff attempt a bit low. Gaines gives it back. Bottom of the 8th inning. 1-1. Popped up right center field. Rushing in is Reinert. Goes under it. Backpedals and makes the catch for out number 3. So the Rams can't do anything about the leadoff single from Pepe Napoleon, and Kunkel retires the next 3 in order. On to the 9th inning. Series finale between Union and Bluefield here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Ninth inning, here we come. 6-2 to the score. Daniel Neal, who started the game on the mound for Union and now is the DH, is up to the plate. 4, 5, and 6 due up for Union. Justin Mesa still on the mound for Bluefield. First pitch, down low, scraping in the dirt. That's ball 1. Mesa came on just a few innings ago, and now after a couple of big plays in the field, the Rams still have a chance in this. 6-2 the score, 1-0. Ground ball right side, straight to Carlos Torres. Gets it off the hop and sidearms to first in time for 1 out. Going to bring up Luke Reinert. He was hit by a pitch after Spencer Ambrose plunked him to start out in the 7th inning. Was then thrown out at home on that huge play. Holzer rifled him out. Rams are down by 4. 6-2 the score. Pitch. Swinging another ground ball right side, straight to Carlos Torres. Fields on the fringe. He's thrown to first in time. Quickly 2 outs here, and Ty Holmstrom trying to add on yet another insurance run, but nobody's there for Union. Top of the 9th inning, 6-2. Bulldogs eyeing the chance for their 5th AAC win of the year and another series win. Rams right now down by 4, and they have their 8-9-1 due up in the bottom of the 9th inning. Need to score 4 runs, potentially 5 to win it. First pitch to the second baseman, right down Broadway for strike 1. Have to wonder, will Kunkel go out for another inning of work? He's been in for quite a while. Here's the 0-1. Meza deals a fastball high and in. He was the count up at a ball and a strike. Outside corner, strike two. So Meza a strike away from getting out of the top of the ninth in order. Fun fact, Union has not been retired in order at all today. That ball goes inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Steps into the motion. 1-2. High, and it hit him. Just nicking the shoulder of the second baseman, and now Bluefield letting on a man with a 2-strike count. That's favorable for Lolo Williams.
Catcher Lolo Williams.
Top of the 9th inning. 2 outs, a runner at first base. Small lead at first for Holmstrom. Meza has a runner to worry about. He takes off. It's a high pitch throw to second, skipping late. Holmstrom steals it back and gets into scoring position in a hurry. Now the scoreboard reads that as a called strike. And a 0-1 to Lolo Williams, who tripled and scored back in the second inning. Since then, 0 for 3, so 1 for 4 today. After time is called, now working from the stretch. Justin Meza. Small lead at second base for Holmstrom. 0-1. High fly, left field. Napoleon calls it. Waits on it in front of the warning track. Steps up to make the catch for out number 3. So a runner left in scoring position for Union, but now the last chance for Bluefield. Coming up in the bottom of the 9th. Bulldogs 3 outs away from winning this one 6-2. So Kunkel is still on the mound as we go to the bottom of the 9th inning. Rams need 4 runs, down 6-2, 5 to win, 4 to tie. Union 3 outs away from clinching this weekend series and another conference series win against Bluefield. First pitch, and the righty gives it to the righty. A big swing and a miss. Strike 1. Carlos Torres 0 for 2 today with a walk. He reached back in the 6th inning. Left at first after the walk. So it'll go Torres, Espinal, and Huntley. 0-1. Another cut and a miss. Going right with a fastball. Quickly 0-2. Wind now stopping. Kunkel, despite that jam in the 6th inning, has pitched very well for Union. Now Bart Osborne hoping that he can get the final 3 outs. The 0-2. Flares outside for ball 1. So Torres waits. Kunkel fires. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Torres was trying to rip it, and for Kunkel, just his 2nd strikeout of the day, but a big one in the bottom of the 9th inning. Marcus Espinal up to the plate. Rams had the bases loaded with the potential tying run at first base with Marcus Espinal at the plate. That was with 2 outs in the 6th inning, and he rolled it right back to Kunkel. Pitch. Shortstop gets out of the way. It's ball 1. One ball, no strikes. Canadian on the mound, fires away. Rings in on the outside corner, strike 1. Evens the count up at 1-1. Rams in danger of falling here in 2 of the 3 games of the series. Now the 1-1. Low for ball 2. So now 2 balls, 1 strike. Espinal waits again. The offer. Swinging a ground ball, third base side, deep in the hole. Giles ranges back. Fields throws. In time, 2 outs. Well, the shortstop is all fired up. Had surgery on his knee in the offseason last year, and now has played, quite frankly, a perfect game over at shortstop. 6-2 the score. Back to the top of the lineup with Jordan Huntley. Rams down to their final out, down by 4. First pitch, he fouls it back. Huntley's 2 for 3 today. Couple of singles, he scored a run. Rams have 8 hits. Just couldn't get it past the shortstop today. Kunkel nods, the 0-1. Outside corner, strike 2, and the Rams are down to their final strike in the series. No balls, 2 strikes to the center fielder for Bluefield. Kunkel comes set, 0-2. High for ball 1. Looking for a way to come back and start a rally. Jordan Huntley at the plate. Dolan Kunkel releases 1-2. High and in again. So Huntley bends out of the way for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, nobody on, and the Rams are down by 4 on the bottom of the 9th. Kunkel readies again. 2-2 pitch. Popped up behind home plate, and it exits the playing field and over the awning, so the count stays 2 balls, 2 strikes. Wind flowing out to left field. Boy, Bluefield could sure use another home run from Huntley. He had 2 yesterday in game 1, now at 8 on the year, but quite frankly just needs to get on base. Time called by Huntley. Kunkel was about ready to fly it home. Two balls, 2 strikes. Kunkel with the ball in the glove. Pitch. Inside, skips in the dirt, ball 3. It's a full count. Full count to Huntley. Rams need a rally. First 2 men retired in order. Carlos Torres went down swinging. Marcus Espinal grounded out to short. Kunkel, the payoff. Swinging a foul ball right behind home plate. Stays alive. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Home plate umpire needs some new game balls. Wind is flowing out to left field. Kunkel trying to get a big save or potentially how they score it a win. Win would likely go to Daniel Neal, but Kunkel has been the pitcher of the day. Comes set, now the ball is in the glove. Another payoff. Swinging a high chopper left side. Caught by Shoemaker, throw to first, skips in on time, and Union wins the series. Bulldogs silence Bluefield in game 3 of this one and win it 6-2 as the Rams could not compete with just the great fielding day on the left side from Union. Good pitchers on the mound from the Bulldogs, and Kunkel comes in and gets a clutch performance done. So now the Rams, that is it for them this week until they go down close to Asheville, North Carolina, where they face off against Montreat. Right now, Bluefield at 13-10 on the year and at 5-4 in the conference. Same exact conference record for the Union College Bulldogs, who take 2 of 3 against Bluefield here at Bowen Field. So my name is Bailey Engel, reminding you the final score here on a Saturday. Union holds on to win as they pick it up 6-2 over Bluefield. And until March 26th from here at Bowen Field, take it easy, Rams fans.